Hey, I'm Bryant Jones. Welcome to my channel. Look, I've been an internet marketing consultant for well over 20 years. Matter of fact, I started in 1997 on AOL, and at that time I had a wholesale toy company, and I started selling stuff on AOL in their entrepreneur zone. And I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I'm not that great at sitting in front of a camera and just talking to a camera. But it occurs to me that a lot of people are freaked out about this AI thing. They think their job's going to be taken, and they rightfully freaked out, I think, in a lot of cases. However, there's some things that you can do that will not guarantee, but shore up any chance that you might be replaced by AI anytime soon. One thing, people are looking for authenticity. So, you have to figure out an authentic voice, and you have to be authentic in business. People are not interested in just being a number, just being another customer, having to deal with your policies when those policies act in not in the best interest of the customer. And so, as business owners and entrepreneurs, salespeople, we have to look and see where we can be authentic with our customer and have that personal connection. Number two, so that's number one, in not being canceled by AI. Number two, we have to not ignore the technology. The technology is getting good. When I first started really kind of using AI about a year ago, and like I said, I've been a business consultant, internet marketing consultant for well over 20 years. But I first started really digging in and using AI about a year ago. And I was a little freaked out about it because some of the things that I charged thousands of dollars for and that took me, several days or a week or two to accomplish, I could put into AI, either Chat GPT or Claude or one of the other tools. Sometimes I use Perplexity. I could put the right question in there and I could come back with an answer that was 80 or 90% as good, and sometimes even better than what I would have come up with after working for several days or several weeks, especially when it came to research, when it came to search engine optimization tweaks, and certainly when it came to coding and things like that. I've never been a great coder. I'm not really a coder at all. I build a lot of websites in WordPress, and I use tools like high level to build automations and stuff, but I've never been like sit down and just go to town coding. And using AI, I've been able to create many projects in the past year or less than that, because I first started using AI just to ask it questions like most people do. And so over the past few months, I started developing program to rent my tractor out that tied into my Google Drive and my Google Calendar, a program for doing an evaluation on businesses, an AI evaluation. That business is called businessaudit.io, or that website is called businessaudit.io. And if you'd like to go get a free evaluation of your website and business ran through AI, go and it's absolutely free for an evaluation. But I've also developed other tools like N8N automations for my clients. And those automations and those tools, some of them required quite a bit of programming on the back end, and some of them didn't. But those tools I did all in AI without really knowing, other than my outcome. And I do know how to ask some questions or the terminology that's needed to get kind of the right answers. That's super helpful. But I really didn't know a whole lot about programming and stuff like that. And I created some pretty cool things, and I'm still working on pretty cool things. So that's number two. Don't be afraid of AI, but you're going to have to learn the tools. Don't ignore it. If you ignore it, someone using AI is going to take your clients, is going to take your job, unless you have a very specialized job. And even then, there's going to be ways to make any work that's maybe even physical work, because there's certain calculations and things that you need to do physical jobs that AI can help with. And so don't ignore AI. The third thing is create relationships. So the first was be authentic. The second is don't ignore AI. And the third thing is create relationships. You have to create relationships with your clients, with vendors. Again, people are looking for authenticity, and you need to let them know that you care about their outcomes. You need to let them know that you can help them solve their problems. If you can't solve their problems, use AI to find out how to get their problems solved. There's a lot of things now that I can do for clients. Just recently, I built a website for a local automotive company, and I built it overnight and gave it to him for free. I have it hosted on my server for free. He's a good guy, went to my church, and he needed a website, and he had just never invested in a website. But you know what? Scraping his Google data and going out and getting some other information, I was able to build a website. Now, it's not a fancy website, but it's absolutely functional for what he needs. I also went in and we claimed his Google business listing, and using AI, I updated all of those things, the website and the Google business listing. And so I'm looking forward to hearing back from how he does with now having a website. He's been in business since, 15 years or so, and he's never had a website. So we'll see how he does. But I was able to do that for free for him because it was very easy using AI. It didn't take me more than a couple of hours. Something that I would have had to charge him several $100s or $1,000 or more to do before, because it would have taken me quite a bit of time. So if using AI, if you can do things for your clients way more efficient, way faster, but with authenticity, and because you have a relationship with them, I think you can avoid being canceled by AI. Now, I would absolutely recommend that most people use AI in their business and in their sales and marketing and daily life pretty much daily. Now, I would also say, though, that you still need to think for yourself. You still need to have critical decision making and critical thinking, because AI is wrong a lot of times. I mean, in a lot of ways, you have to treat it as an employee that doesn't always follow directions. You have to check in with it and make sure it's doing what you've asked it to do. And you have to also sometimes audit. I'll take code from ChatGPT and go drop it into Claude and ask if it's right, or if there's holes in it, or if there's problems with it, or if I can't get one AI to solve a problem, or if I can't get one AI to solve a problem for me, I'll take it to another and give it a rundown. Sometimes I'll use a prompt at the end of a chat that I haven't received a satisfactory answer, and I'll say, please give me a rundown for a new prompt, or give me a new prompt with a rundown of all the things that we've done inside this chat to try to solve the problem. And then I'll take that new prompt and I'll go to a different AI and drop it in there. And so in your daily life, I think that AI can be super helpful. Even if you're a regular, W-2 employee, if you're in sales, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, I think it can be super helpful in everyday life. Don't be afraid of it, but also don't let it control you. Don't let it take you down rabbit trails, and don't let it lie to you. Double check the work. Make sure that there's always a human element on top of what you're doing, and you can keep from being canceled by AI. If you'd like a free business evaluation through our AI system, you can go to businessaudit.io and get a free evaluation. It takes about 5 minutes to get it in your inbox, and it will give you a pretty good rundown of how your website scores, and some of the things that you can take actionable steps today using AI and automation tools to help your business. Till next time, be blessed.